Begin narration. George stands in a single spit light. The dust particles in the air float around like little pieces of flaked off old man dry skin. He looks as if he's just remembered that his friend Gil is behind the curtain. He turns to the audience and says out loud,
"How did I get here?" Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Is it time? Is it time to start the show? Hey, Gil! Hey, Gil, get out here!
What is it, time?
Well, the audience is staring at me confused, so it's definitely time.
All right. Hey, I know you.
Hello!
Well, charmed, I'm sure. I'm Gil Faison.
And I'm George St. Geegland. Quick disclaimer, me and Gil have recently taken the COVID-19 vaccine, but the side effects left me with a broken arm.
And I only have a little bit of brain damage. Anyway, if you haven't caught up with us in the last few months, we've been staying here in Tuscaloosa, hunkered down, living the college life and not paying rent.
They didn't know that. We just put that in the script for exposition.
Rotate, baby!
Yes. Whether it's sunbathing naked on the work of champions, playing frisbee on the quird, or handing out little copies of the New Testament, Gil and I have been at our best this year.
Rotate, baby!
You can stop that now. I think they did.
When we first got here, George and I started taking campus tours as our many aliases, asking if our daughters would be exposed to alcohol at frat parties. Care to demonstrate?
Oh, why certainly, man.
Ahem! Geek St. Gilland!
Yeah!
George Faison!
Yeah.
Gil St. Gigland!
Here?
And the list goes on.
A few weeks into this past semester, Gil and I took to joining the fraternity. We are now full-fledged members of Alpha Sigma Sigma.
And now that I know the Greek alphabet, I get to call George a Chi Upsilon Nu Theta! Anyway, it's boring here in Tuscaloosa. You know, my romantic life has really taken a bad turn. So George and I turned to installing famous dating app, Tinder.
Tinder? When literally every video on Pornhub just doesn't do for you anymore.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. We put our age brackets way up.
And way down. Raise of hands. Have any one of you ever ridden drunk in a Hooper?
Yeah.
Well, tell me. Has the driver ever, stopped, pressed the red triangle button, and the lights start flashing?
You know, you park anywhere lights?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're driving, and this driver just stops, and we're like, huh?
What?
Huh?
What? Stop!
Can I go on? Proceed. All right, so we stopped there. We're on our way to the bars to flirt with some freshman girls at Runders. You know, they lived in the Weiler district. So anyway, he stops and he pulls out this little bag full of shuggy.
Oh, and we're like, whoa, this is just what we need.
It was cocaine.
It was cocaine.
Anyway, we've been sober since the last time, a few weeks back, when we both tried out to be the next Big Al.
Oh, Gil tried out to be the next Big Al, but kept on putting his schwartz where the trunk was supposed to be.
And George had a very hard time seeing everybody dressed up in all the fuzzy suits made him a little riled up.
That was a one-time deal.
Yeah, it really was.
Spring is in the air, and the March monsoon has ravaged the backpacks of nerds and sorority girls alike.
Yeah. Hey, George, did you tell him about our big spring break plans?
Oh, big spring break plans. Gil and I had big spring break plans.
Oh, big spring break plans. We were going to go vacationing in Northport, doing backstrokes in the river, and inhaling toxic fumes from the new core steel flags.
Until we found out it was one day. Spring pause.
Yeah, they called it a mental health day, but George and I are called mental patients most every day.
All right, that's enough about us. We want to know what you've been up to at college this semester.
On a little prank show we like to call Too Much Tea.
No, stop! Don't you dare ruin the surprise! Oh, the tuna bit, I swear!
Sorry. So anyway, we need a volunteer from the audience to
Yes,
come
one of
up
you.
with us. All right there, you in the red row.
You in the red.
When you going to moisturize something? I don't know. that little square. Put your fingers in your ears and go la la la. You know, like a little girl or something.
Yeah, sing
Wah,
something.
wah. Okay, so how this works is that we're gonna pretend to interview this schmuck, and out of nowhere we're gonna drop a big fat tuna sandwich right in front of her. And then we're gonna have to get her to say, wow, that's too much tuna.
Yeah,
Are we
we're
right?
gonna bring them with too much dinner, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna get pranked.
They're gonna get drunk.
Yeah, there's no winners.
There's no winner. You all lose.
All right, we're ready. Excuse me. Woo! Okay, we're ready. I'm gonna have to have you. No, that chair's not for you. You're just gonna have to stay there. And then I'm gonna start asking you some questions, right? So what's your name?
Emily Earl.
M. Earl, everybody. M. Earl, everybody. So, Emily Earl, where you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior from Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
For Mississippi, it's not worth it. That's pretty much it.
Well, what do you do? What's your major? You know, George and I are big college guys now, so.
What did she say?
I'm a musical theater major.
Musical
Minor.
theater
Oh,
major.
just theater. George and I are theater buffs.
Yeah.
Hey, George. One more question. What's George and I? We've been eating a lot of rice lately. You know, like rice, like bread, but in little pieces, like really little pieces. So anyway, what's your favorite kind of rice? You know, there's all types of rice. There's white rice,
Brown rice.
red beans and rice.
Yes, steamed rice.
Yeah, yellow rice,
Fried rice.
basmati rice. You know,
Regular
the
rice.
food. What's your favorite kind of rice?
White rice.
White rice.
White rice, very plain.
Very good.
George, I'm gonna go back there for no reason whatsoever.
Okay, Gil, just make sure you come back. We only have like 5 minutes.
All right, if that's the warning then.
In the Earl,
Yes.
do you like narwhals or unicorns better?
Unicorns.
Unicorns? Well, that's very interesting because my socks tell that story of the unicorn winning. Bam! That's us, baby. So back to the white rice. Back to the white rice. Why exactly do you like white rice, Imperial?
You know when you go to Panda Express and there's not a reason, I just think it's really
You
good.
just really like it, don't you?
Hey, Earl,
Oh, good.
Earl, I hate to interrupt, but I'm gonna have you look back here right now.
Oh dear God.
Give the photo.
Man, you've been pranked.
You've been pranked, Imperial.
Now, what do you think? That's a pretty impressive tuna sandwich. I'll have you sit there and study it while George and I get our thinking chairs.
But we never think, Gil.
So, Earl, what do you think about this tuna fish sandwich?
I think it's a lot of tuna.
Yeah, and hold on. For those of you sitting in the dance theater that really can't see my top screen, you see we can't have food in the theater. So we brought a big picture of a tuna sandwich. It's like 90% tuna, like 30% bread, and like 5% romaine lettuce. So next time, if you can't see, quit your whining, fill out the gorilla form earlier, or just buy a plane ticket from Ohio. So anyway, Earl, what do you think about the sandwich? Is it like it's a lot of tuna?
Yeah, a lot of a certain ingredient under the sea.
Yeah, would you say it's like an undesirable amount of tuna?
Like it won't make you want to eat it.
Like you wouldn't want to eat it. Is it like an excess amount of that certain
You probably
ingredient?
wouldn't eat it. Why wouldn't you eat it?
It is an excess amount of tuna.
What's in the syllabus, thesaurus, or syllabuses?
Those words.
That's the dictionary, right, for that? So, what's thesaurus syllabus? Play thesaurus syllabus with us. What's a synonym for, wow, that's a lot of something? Be like, wow, that's
Extra amount?
that's an extra amount. Keep going.
Too much.
Surplus?
Yeah, like too much of something. And that's a big ingredient that's on the sandwich.
A large amount.
Too much of something that's on the sandwich.
It's a lot of tuna.
Okay, you're busting our balls here. We only got 10 minutes.
Yeah,
How much?
But it's.
I would have to say that's too much tuna.
Our friend M. Earl. Maybe she's going to Red Robin after this. You know, George and I like to get drunk at Red Robin's.
We do very often.
So anyway, we gotta do shout-outs now.
We gotta do shout-outs.
Shout out to Tona.
Shout out
to our volunteer M. Earl.
Shout out to ML.
Yeah,
shout out to Bob, Denise, and
Yeah,
Kate.
shout out to Red Robes. Shout out to
Shout out to Red Beans and Rice.
Shout out to Nick Kroll. Shout out to John Delaney.
Shout out to Tuna.
Shout out to Tuna.
Shout out to the new NMC class.
Shout out to General. Shout out Rice. Shout out White Rice. Shout out Basmati Rice.
Shout out Fried Rice.
Pepper and Rice or Beans and Rice. All right, George, you ready to hit him with our big closing number?
Let's hit him with it, Gil.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Sweet Rosalie, working at the bar.